Ramona Shelburne reported yesterday on NBA Today that Joel Embiid is not, quote, not close to returning to action, that he is not like ready to start participating. He's not practicing. None of that's kind of happening. We are less than a month away from the start of the NBA playoffs. We are, I guess, technically a month away from the start of the NBA playoffs. They start on April 20th. With that being said, I have put some money on Sixers futures with the idea of like what I heard about the Sixers operating as if Embiid was coming back. And like I understood the risk involved with that of the possibility of him not returning. At what point should we just rule out Embiid? At what point do you think it's too late to bring Embiid back before the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, I would say you at least need 10, 12 games to get ramped up and back and ready to go before a real playoff run can occur. I've been saying that about Julius Randle as well for the Knicks. I look forward to him getting back. They can get 15 games under their belt with Julius Randle back. I think that'd be massive for the Knicks. This I listen, I don't want to say like, hey, Joel's not coming back because I don't know that and I don't know the details of what's going on. But to me, it feels like a very long shot that he's going to be able to come back. And if he does come back, make a real impact on them pushing to win the East. I think I like the Knicks, even with Joel back, coming back and trying to integrate himself back. I like the Knicks more. I like Milwaukee more. And of course, I like Boston more. So it's really difficult to judge because you're trying to catch a falling knife. And then if you do catch the falling knife, you don't even know how the knife looks and what type of shape he'll be in when he does come back, right? So it's tough, man. I would avoid looking at anything for Philly. I know when we talked about it a couple weeks back, and the number that you were getting on Philly was massive. And we talked about them potentially being able to hang out of the play-in at one point. Now that's a foregone conclusion. It's a really tough situation for Philly. And, we don't know what's being told to Joel, too. Like, is he good? Can he get back? Would it be better off if he, stayed out and came back next year fully loaded? Would that be a longevity thing for his career? There's so many factors that need to be determined for me to decide if I want to look at anything that has to do with the Philadelphia 76ers. And also the Buddy Hield thing, he's still getting integrated, but between him and Maxey, it would still be a tall order to get through some of these squads in the East.
Yeah, I will say, look, they're only going to be the Knicks are going to beat the Blazers, and they're still only going to be 3 games back of the Knicks for just the 4 seed. They're 2 games back of the Magic, and they're tied still. Like even after all this, the Sixers are tied in the loss column with the Pacers. And the Indiana in the last 10 games is 5-5. Indiana is not running away from them. That's for a
No, they're
playoff
not.
spot outright. And they've got a 5-game lead on the Bulls for 9, which I think is relevant. We've seen the 7th seed in the play-in tournament is 6-0. So now maybe that changes if the Sixers are the 7th seed and the 8 or the Heat. But I still I can't let go of this idea of like, okay, but like what if he comes back? Like what if he does come back and how does that change things? We'll keep an eye on it and we'll make a
One
move.
last point there, really quick. I think
Yeah.
for Joel dealing with the difference between Joel dealing with the lower body and Julius dealing with the upper body is that I can guarantee you Julius is doing a lot of stuff on his feet to stay in shape and get ready to come back when he does get cleared on the upper body stuff. I can't imagine what Joel is doing, if anything, to stay in shape on even just a cardio win level. So he would need that time to get back. And it's starting to get the windows just starting to get smaller and smaller quickly for Joel.